So, my model rail collection has expanded massively recently. So, I've decided that as a way to start the new year, we're going to go through the whole collection. And obviously, this thing that you can see right now is the flagship of the collection. The gorgeous British Enterprise, the W1 Hush Hush. So, let's get to the rest of the locos then. There you go. That is the collection. We'll run through each one individually in a second. There are some more in this top drawer, and I'll show you what they are. So this is basically my utilities drawer. It's just bits of everything in here, but all of my smaller locos are all over here. So the back we have the Class 08, we then have the LSWR 040, the West Coast Railways Pug, WCR, I believe that's what it stands for. Then we have the Hornby Collectors Club Loco 2020, Hornby Collectors Club Loco 2019, Percy, Thomas, the Hornby Collectors Club 2021 Loco, the Santa Express, two Intercity 125s, and a Class 47. That's all my older and smaller locos. Now, the main collection itself is separated into Southern, LNER, then LMS, then Great Western, then BR, then Industrial and Diesels. So we'll run through each individually. So starting off with the Southerns, we have the gorgeous Blackmoor Vale, West Country class there. We have LBSC Terrier, which is Brighton. We have the LSWR Adams Radial tank. I had a blank moment then. 30583, the preserved example in BR lined black. We then have the Bachmann Lord Nelson class, an old split chassis model, but still a brilliant loco. This is Sir Martin Frobrisher. Unfortunately, a scrapped example, as the only one is left, is 850, which is Lord Nelson. This is the gap where the Hush Hush is supposed to be, which is here on the layout. Absolutely stunning locomotive. Love this thing. Next to where the Hush Hush is meant to go is the gorgeous Hornby A4 in experimental purple. This one is Walter K. Wyam, absolutely gorgeous thing. Super detail, expensive Railways A4. Next to that is the Railroad A4. This one is Mallard. Also has sprung buffers like the Railways one. The same body basically on these two. Gorgeous together. Next to that is the Railroad P2, an absolute massive locomotive. But isn't as big as the Hush Hush, which is obviously the big flagship expensive locomotive, but an absolutely lovely loco nonetheless, and it is massive. That is disconnected from its tender, by the way. If I extended it to where it's with its tender connected, it would be a lot longer and wouldn't fit in the cupboard, so that's why it's not connected. But I've got a plan for that because the Hush Hush doesn't actually fit, so I've got a plan to push the doors out further. Next is the Railroad Flying Scotsman. Jesus, the rain is terrible. Apologies if you can hear that. Then we have the Hornby J50, one of Hornby's best locomotives they've ever done. Moving away from LNER now, we have the LMS region locos. So this is the Midland compound, absolutely gorgeous, number 1000, the preserved example, stunning locomotive. Then we have the G2A, which is from the LNWR, but which is then later LMS. Then we have the S&DJR liveried Ginty. They never actually ran. It's not a pre-grouping loco, but it's a pre-grouping livery. But the S&DJR livery is lovely. That is the Hornby Railroad one. Moving on to the Great Western, we have the gorgeous 28XX, one of my favourite Great Western locos in the collection. Absolutely love this big heavy freight loco. Then we've got City of Truro. Next to that we've got the Earl class, which is lovely. The 94XX, getting a bit dark now, unfortunately, I know. It's hard to see them in here. Then we've got Hogwarts Castle, and last but not least on this row we have Foxcote Manor at the end there, who is there we go. Moving down to the second shelf, we have Dinmore Manor there, we have Hinton Manor, lots of manors I know. Then my old 61XX Prairie tank, which is absolutely terrible, but I love it a lot. Only cost me 15 quid. Then we have the British Railways selection now. We've got the BR Standard 9F Evening Star, then we've got the BR Standard 8 Duke of Gloucester, and we have the BR Standard 4NT Tender Engine 75075. This is a scrapped example, unfortunately. Then we've got the industrial locos. So we have this the B2 Peckett, the Earl, the Centenary W4 Peckett, the Centenary Smoky Joe, there, absolutely lovely. Then we have the Caledonian Railways Pug. This is my first ever locomotive, this, by the way, just in case you didn't know. First ever loco. And now for the bit that my good friend Kelly Ashford won't like. It is the diesel section, because she hates diesels. There's not very many. You have seen the Class 47 and stuff. They do technically, I guess, as diesels, but they don't go as part of the main collection in here because they're a bit older and stuff. Move my... So, we have the gorgeous Bachmann Class 66 there. We have the Lima Class 60, which is a really nice loco. We'll get a Hornby one eventually, but I do like this loco a lot. It's lovely. We then have the Bachmann 03 Shunter, and at the back, hiding away, is the little Hornby Ruston Shunter. Look at this. Lovely little thing. I'll just pop that to the back there. So that was it. That was a very quick tour of all 45 locomotives in my collection. There's not 45 in here, obviously there is the few at the top, but there is quite a lot in here, and I haven't got much space left, to be honest. I will eventually have to have another one of these, and it will be full, but that'll be quite hard to fill, I reckon. But in all honesty, this is a snippet of what the collection will eventually be like. It's probably going to be massive, but I'm happy with this. I think this is a great collection so far. I think the way it's going is brilliant. I think the amount of different locos we've got is just phenomenal, and yeah, it looks pretty decent. So this was the 45th loco in the collection, then the W1 Hush Hush, which I think possibly verging on my favourite loco in the collection, which was Blackmoor Vale, and I think it still just about is, but I think they're joint first together, the W1 Hush Hush and Blackmoor Vale. They're beautiful. This is the flagship though, the most expensive, the biggest, probably the most detailed, the craziest loco I've got, and what a loco it is. So this is the flagship then, the super expensive one, and I'm glad to have it. There will be some more pretty decent locos coming very soon, hopefully. Hoping to get the collection to about 50 by the end of next year, because obviously, if you have seen videos on my main channel, you'll realise that I now have a project car, and that is the main priority. But nothing's going to happen to the model railway. The collection will keep expanding, and yeah, there's a lot. So just a dead quick one today. I didn't want to keep you for like ever, because it's just not fair to do that. So it's a dead quick tour. Make sure, if you like the collection, to subscribe, put the notification bell on. Lots of videos coming in 2022. You can see in the link in the description below. You can see my collection as of March 2020, and you can also see the news video for everything coming up in 2022, which is this year when this video releases. So yeah, exciting stuff. Anyway guys, I hope you've had a wonderful Christmas and a wonderful New Year, and I hope that the new year continues to be absolutely awesome for everyone. You've been really, really good and absolutely phenomenal this year with watching and helping to grow the Model Rail channel, and nothing is going to stop. I'll try as best as possible to regularly upload on this channel. But anyway, that's the collection, 45 locos, and yeah, happy with the way it's going, and I want to know your thoughts on the collection overall. Obviously, comment below how many locos you've got. I'd love to know. I'd love to see a video of your collections as well. And anyway, the next video will probably be me getting rid of all of this winter scene. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon.